server. It basically provides a platform. So last class I have showcased this same demo to you. Okay, so to just have a recap to go for further things, I will be just recapping this thing again. Okay, so here we have one button. Okay, and there's a function called as a load dock. Okay, so when you click on button, the function called as load dock will be called. Okay, so basically this program is used to demonstrate to fetch the contents. Okay, now we are in the function load doc. An object is created by name xHTTP. Okay, you can give any name. So I'm going to create an instance. Okay, so in my last class, I have told you about various methods and properties of XML HTTP request. Okay, so here we are using uh, what is called as on ready state change, one method, ready state. Okay, then response text. Okay, so these are the properties which are used in XML HTTP request. What is this on ready state change? Okay, so it executes the function to be called. So what is the function? The function is load doc. And also, I told you in the previous class about the ready state and the status. What this ready state does? Okay, so the ready state property holds the status of the XML HTTP request. What do you mean by holding the status of a request means? So you can see the request can be initialized, request can be made ready, request can be loaded, okay, request can be executed, request can be completed, uh, and it is responded to the client back. Okay, so the on ready state property defines the function to be executed when the ready state changes. That means a ready state can take the values from 0 to 4. 0 means not initialized. Okay, 1 is ready to get initialized. Okay, 2 is ready to get loaded. So like this, there are various status. Okay, when I say status, so it holds the status of the request object. Request object is different. XML HTTP request is different. Okay. Now here what is happening? I am executing the content. Okay. The content is there in a text called as ajax underscore info.txt. There is some information is there. So I want to fetch that information which is available in this text field and display it. Okay. Now the request will be sent. If this dot ready state is equal to 4, that means the request is ready. If the request is completed, response is ready, and if everything is proper, that means status is okay. The status is okay means it is set 200. If this is true, okay, then execute the function and give the response. So that means a request has to be sent. What is that request? I want to read the contents of a file called as ajax underscore info.txt. Okay, if it is available, use a get method, and I have discussed a previous class about the various methods. So open is one of the method which has a URL. Okay, then the name of a file, then the status. So it is true or false. If it is available, to open it. Then send that as a request to a server to fetch the requested information. In ajax underscore info.txt, I have these three fields. Okay, Ajax is not a programming language for accessing web servers from web page. Ajax stands for asynchronous JavaScript and etc. This is a simple text file, okay, which has this information in .txt file. So when I click on a button, okay, so the load documents will load the text file and get the information and gets executed. Okay, this is the simple demonstration of using the Ajax. Okay, next we'll go to see one thing you have to remember here is we are not using any server-sided scripts here. It's a simple Ajax file. Okay, next we have something called as a callback function. Okay, which is very important. The question will be illustrate a callback functions in uh, using Ajax, or write a program write a program to demonstrate the concept of callback function. Now, in the previous case, we have uh, used only one function, okay, that is load doc on clicking on a button. So some event has happened there. So what is this callback function? A callback function is a function, okay, where the function itself is passed as a parameter to another function. See, the previous case, I have a load doc. This is a function. Load doc is a function. If I am passing one more function to a load doc function, then it will become a callback function. So a callback function is a function which is passed as a parameter by itself to another function. Where do we use this? Okay, suppose you are doing multiple tasks in a website. Okay, so you are typing something, you are downloading something, okay, and you are viewing something. Okay, see, when there are multiple requests which happens simultaneously, then we can use a callback function. Okay, this callback function will have some syntax, okay, which contains a URL and what function to be called when the response is ready. You should know response ready means the request is completed, okay, where the ready state will be always equal to 4 and the status will be always be equal to 200. Okay, so again, here the same information will be available in the text file. Okay, I have a button. On clicking on that button, I'm calling a function called as a load doc. Okay, in that I am passing one more function called as my function. Okay, I'm passing a function called as my function. So load doc is loading this .txt file to represent the information which is available in a .txt file and simultaneously executing this function. Now, my function is one more function which is passed as a parameter to a load doc. Okay. Now, in this HTML file, I have one is a division tag and other is a button. Now, this is extra thing. Okay. Okay. Now, in the function load doc, I am passing two parameters. One is say URL. So URL is nothing but your ajax info.txt file. Okay, and C function is nothing but the information which contains in my function. So now I want to execute a function. So I'm going to call a function which is assigned to onReady state change. If this dot ready state is equal to 4 and the status is okay, you execute this specific function. C function this. That means this function here is C function which is passed as a parameter called say my function. Okay, next you are opening you are using open method. So you are going to use what is called as a get method and the URL and it also this is the uh, typical the syntax of a open method. Okay, and I'm sending a request. Okay, so I'm sending a request that to execute a load function. In turn, load function has got two parameters. Okay, one is your text file and other is a function. Okay, so I'm defining the function. Function is equal to my function and xhttp. Xhttp is what? It's a object. Okay, so the object is passed as a parameter to my function and document dot get element id say demo. Demo is what? Okay, so id is demo. So this specific request will be executed. So you know what is the inner HTML, okay, which displays the contents of the same element. and xhttp.response.txt file. Okay, so here the objective is to execute one function within the another function. So my function has something, so my functions will be executed simultaneously. The contents of object info.txt will be executed. The output that you have seen in the previous example with respect to sample doc, on clicking on button, this contents will be displayed. The same function, the same output will also be displayed here. Okay, but you are passing these two different parameters to a function called as say load doc. Okay. Uh, okay. So this is the description of the callback function. I think I have not showcased output of this, but output remains to be same. So you should know that when you are using a callback function, you should give a URL as well as one of the function name. Okay. So this is all about the callback function. Okay. So you should know what is a callback function, which is a function which is passed as a parameter to another function. Okay. Next, we have seen the demonstration of using a get method. Again and again, I am repeating it is, I am not connecting anything to a server at this point of time. It's a simple demonstration of callback function. If we are calling some PHP file or some ASP file or some JSP file where some processing takes place at the back end, okay, then we can connect the Ajax into a server-side scripting language. This is a demonstration of callback function. Next is you have a post. Okay, so you have seen here the get method. Okay, so we will see the post method here. Now the same example. Okay, so what is happening here is I have a file called as demo underscore post.php. In that specific file, I have a date function. So I want to display the today's date. Okay, so I'm sending a request. I'm sending a request to a server to display today's date. Okay, so here I have a button. On clicking that, I'm going to a function called as a load doc. Okay, so here I have ID set demo, load function, creating the instance, assigning the function to a ready state change. Okay, if ready state is equal to 4, status is equal to 200. So then you get the response of the request that is being sent to a server. Now object dot open. Okay, so we are, instead of using get here, we have used what is called as a post here, and you have a .php file, and well, if it is existing, so it will be true. Okay, then that request will be sent to send a request for asking for a specific date to a server in the file called as demo underscore post.php. That means when I'm clicking on a button, okay, so the button name is say request data in this case. I can show you the output. Okay, so when I actually execute this program, okay, you are going to see only XML HTTP request object and request data. So this will not be available. Okay, so when I click on a button called as say request data, okay, a request will be passed to a server-side script or say server. So we have demo underscore post dot php. So a request will be sent to PHP file. In the PHP file, I would have written a code to display the data. You know the typical date functions. Okay, so that specific line of code would be written to display the today's date. So when I click on a request data, so that will go to a PHP file. Okay. And if it has gone, if the request has gone successfully to a server, if it has gone successfully to a server and the request is completed in all aspects and the response is ready to give back to the browser. Okay. So then the this specific statement is executed and response will be displayed. What is that response? Response, you can see that in my demo underscore post.php, I have written echoed this content was requested using the post method. So echo requested date and I create an object of the date functions and I am going to display this specific value. Okay. So this is the specific output of the program. Okay. The question is, there are two questions that can be asked. One is uh, illustrate the example or demo of a callback function. Next, write a PHP program to demonstrate the get method and the post method. The previous two examples in the callback.html and sample.html file, we have not used any kind of a server-sided, the file. Okay, so we have used only simple .txt file and we have executed it. But here we are actually calling a server-side script called as PHP. The same program you just replaced with get method and you can see the output. Of course, you are going to get the same kind of a output. The only thing, the URL when you are changing it, it will change. You know the typical the functionality of using the get method and the post method. So these are the two important questions. One is about callback, other is get method and post method. Okay. So when this question is being asked, okay, you need not write a separate program to demonstrate get method and post method. Okay. So you can just write any one of this program, either get or post method. Okay. If you are writing a get method, just write that in the place of the get method, the post method is used. Okay, and the output will be of the following. Okay, so that is sufficient when you write the code. Okay, now this is one thing. Okay, any clarifications, anybody? This is a very very important question. Any clarifications?
No, sir. No, sir.
Suru, anybody has a very clarifications here? Gunashekar,
No, sir.
Madhusri,
No, sir.
any clarifications? So this is a very important question. Okay, Najax, callback function and writing a PHP program to demonstrate get method and post method. See, there are two things that you have to remember. In the external examination, they can ask you to demonstrate get and post method with respect to a server-sided program or without server-sided program. If you are not using, if they are not asking server-sided program, same program you just replaced with a demo underscore post.php with demo post dot say txt file. Okay, so if they are asking with server-sided program, then you have to use either PHP or any other thing for that matter. Maybe JSP also you can use it. Okay. The three things. One is the simple demonstration of XML HTTP request. Second is illustration of callback function. Third is demonstrating get and post method without using server-sided script. Next, fourth is demonstration of get and post method using server-sided script. Okay, so this is the 4 questions that you should know in this session. Okay, we'll see next. So here we have not done any dynamic aspects. Please remember, we are not using any dynamic. So nothing is going to change at the runtime. So now this is an example to showcase the dynamic aspects of using Ajax with the PHP. Okay, before showing this, I just wanted to say I have one text field. Okay, uh, I call that as a get int.php file. In that specific PHP file, I've got some list of names. Okay, so when I just try to uh, put a character in this text field, maybe A, B, C, whatever it is. So depending upon the type of character that I type in the text field, so it will give some suggestions. That means, see, in this case, I've just typed A, and it is giving some names here, Anna and Amda, something like that. If I give B, it will give suggestions. If I type, say, AKM, something like that, if it is not available in my .php file, it will display that there is no suggestion. Okay, so that is the objective of the program. So dynamically, depending upon the text that I write it in the text fields, so it gives suggestions. Okay, is the objective clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so dynamically I am changing the values here. Okay, so if I give B, it can be, say, Bhushan, Bimal, etc. If I give C, it can be Chetan, Chetana, like that. If I give CK, probably there might not be any such kind of suggestions. Okay, so this is the output. We'll see how do we do this. Okay, so I have one HTML file and I have a PHP file here. Okay, so I have got an array. Okay, where I have got some names here. Okay, so I've showcased you when I write, say, A, it is giving some names. So whatever the character that I type in a text field, if it is available in this array, okay, then it will display some suggestions. Else it will not display that suggestions. Okay, I will come to this part of code at the later object. How do we do this? First, we create a request object. Then we'll write a function to be executed when the server response is ready. Then we'll send the request to a PHP file, okay, which is available on the server. Then we take a parameter whether that specific PHP file is available or not, and the number of characters that we are going to showcase it, and whether the string variable contains the information available or not. Okay, so if I type A, and if I type A, I have something called as A here. Okay, and if I type G, I have some name here. If I type I have something name. See, if you see here, everything is in uppercase letters, but I may give it small case letters. So I will convert that into a lowercase letters. Now, when I am typing, say, letter A, that is a request which takes some value and will be assigned to, say, Q. If uh, if that character is not equal to null, okay, that means something, if I am entering into it, okay, then you convert that into lowercase character case. You know already what is the functionality of string to lower. Okay, if you see the output, see here you have all capital letter A, B, C, D, like this. But here in the output, I'm just writing, say, small case A. Okay, okay, so dynamically it has to convert into uppercase letters. Okay, now then I take a string length. I use a for each statement, for each, where it iterates one element by one element. Okay, so it will check all the elements in an array. by using this for each. Okay, so then what I will do, I will take a first character, okay, and I will just compare each fetched character, okay, from the text field and compare with the information which is available. See, I can give their AK or AN or ACK or ANA. I can give any number of characters. Okay, so how does it match? So this is the ISTR. So this is a function which does, and it will take a substring of that. Suppose say I have given AK. Okay, so AK from the string AK will be compared with this. Okay, you can see AK is not there. Okay, if I give AN, I can see AN is there. If AN is compared with these things ANA, okay, that means there is one string which is available and suggestions can be given. Okay, so I have one variable, okay, where I have given the blank values initially. If it is available, if it is available, okay, then it will assign that value into a name. See, each of this dollar name that you are seeing in for each scalar a as scalar name, the scalar name will be either Anna, Brittany, Cinderella, Diana, like this. Okay, so since I have given a there in the input, so it is giving me say two suggestions. Okay, now, so since this scalar name will be assigned to int. See, you should know here in the output it is showing two names. Okay, it is showing two names. Okay, that means it has to iterate each array element. If there are n number of elements, so all those elements has to be displayed, and int takes values say Anna, Amda, etc. Okay, so that will be assigned to this, else it displays that no suggestions. Okay, so it says it displays that there is no suggestion. So this is the output of the program. So this would have been written in PHP file. So this is the objective of the program. Is the PHP code is clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
This is very, very important. Okay, dynamically we are doing this. Now, coming back to HTML file. Okay, so here I have a name. Okay, so action is say you have a label as a first name. You can see you have a label as the first name here, and there is a text field. Input type is called text. ID is equal to f name. Name is equal to f name. On key up. Okay, you know what is the on key up event? Okay, so I can just press a single character here by using the arrow mark, and I am passing a function to that show int. Okay, that means dynamically it has to happen on key event. It's just a method of on key event, and this dot value. This dot value is whatever the character that I am passing to the text field. Okay, and suggestion ID is equal to text int. Okay, you have one ID. It means there are two IDs are there. One is to give suggestions. Okay, and other is to enter the characters in the text field. Okay, coming back to these things. Okay, so when I'm typing the enters the character in the text field, it it calls a function called as showInt, which I have defined here. Okay, showInt. Now in the script, I write showInt as I'm passing a parameter. That means this dot value will take str. In this case, str will have a value say a, and dot document dot get element ID of text int. So it will show whether the solution has to be given or not. If nothing is there, it will display. It will not. It is not going to give any kind of suggestions. Okay, and it returns the value else. Okay, suppose if I enter something, now I have entered A. So it will come back to this specific loop. Okay. Now the instance will be created. Function will be assigned to onReady state change. If the request is completed and status is okay, so you get the element by name, say textInt, okay, and it sends a request to a 18.php file, okay, and displays the value here. Okay, the q is a parameter. So what is that q here? Q is a value that I am going to enter in a text field. Okay, that is a in this case. Okay, so that means dynamically I can pass a single character, I can pass two characters, I can pass three characters, or I can pass four characters. Okay, so whatever the value that I am passing, okay, so that will be assigned here, say the q. Okay, I am requesting that value, that say here the value is a, and will be assigned to this q. The pink q is uh, the value, the character that I am going to enter in the text field, that is a, and it will be assigned to a variable q which is in green color. Okay, then the rest of the things follows. Okay, now what happens without refreshing the code every time? Okay, so I just enter the value, say a, then it will give the suggestion. Now I enter the next character, say an. Now an will be a new request. First time when I am entering a, that will be a request 1. It gives suggestion. Again I am entering an. That is a second request. Okay. So again it gives suggestions. I can enter again A and B. That is the third request. Okay. So simultaneously, dynamically, I am entering the request, and dynamically this PHP file, okay, will receive a request from the browser, okay, and this specific function keeps on executing. What is that specific function? That is ready state equal to 4 and status is 200. Okay, so this things happens dynamically. Okay, and you can say suggestions colon text int. So you can see here suggestions text int. So text int will have this value which is passed as a value to a parameter called as name here. Okay, is this clear to you? Any clarifications here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is another program. Write a PHP program to demonstrate the dynamic aspects of Ajax in PHP. Okay, probably when you come back in say in the month of June or July, okay, and since we will be conducting one offline internals probably, okay, and for second internals, this will be you know, the case study kind of a question. Okay, please make a note of it. Again, I'm not going to repeat the specific thing. This will be a case study question. Okay. So this is the session for today. Tomorrow we'll see some more concepts. Okay, but before you leave, okay, so you have to make this 5 questions. Please make a note of this. Illustration of the simple program, illustration of callback, illustration of get and post method without server side, illustration of get and post method with server side. So next is illustration of this dynamic aspects of Ajax in PHP with respect to server-sided program. So these are the 5 questions. So I'll be uploading this in Google Classroom also as a text file, okay, and also as a video, so you can refer it. Okay, thank you. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, we will wind it up. Any questions?
No, sir.
Gunashekara?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Please, have you made a note of these questions? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Apurva?
Yes, sir.
Sahadev?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 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 Anyway, I will be giving one assignment. I will be giving 2 questions on Ajax, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So try to submit well before 20th of this month. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. That's so. Thank you.